So how do we actually present the discrete data? Well, let's look at a few examples of how we do it. First, let's look at this bar chart. An athlete keeps a record of the different exercises she does each day. Here are what she does. Using the bar chart and using the table, work out the missing bars and values. So, first thing is let's work out the missing values because I think that's just easier to read. We can see that this is for Thursday, so let's look at Thursday. How many press-ups does she do? You can see that she does this many press-ups, which corresponds to, if this is 15, 16, 17 press-ups, okay? And you can also see that for sit-ups, she does this many, which corresponds to 5, 6, 7 sit-ups, okay? And chin-ups, she does this many, which you can see corresponds to 20 sit-ups. Fantastic. Now, let's work out how many press-ups, sit-ups, and chin-ups she did on Tuesday. We know she did 12, 14, and 14 respectively, but how are we going to plot that? Well, first let's go with press-ups. For press-ups, you know that she did 12. So let's go to 12, which is, this is 10, this is 11, therefore this is 12. So we can say that she did 12 press-ups, and we can put the bar chart like this. Make sure the bars aren't touching, because then that's a histogram. Not really, you can have them touch because they are different things, but usually a bar chart shouldn't be touching. Now let's go over sit-ups. For sit-ups, you know that she did 14. So let's go to 14. This is 13, this is 14. You guys have rulers. I am using keyboard and mouse, so yours will look so much better than mine. But that is what a bar chart to represent the sit-ups she does on Tuesday looks like. And finally, she does 14 chin-ups, which, I mean, we know 14 is there. So then we can put chin-ups like so. And that is what our graph and our table should look like. Follow-up question though is, how many sit-ups did she do this week? Well, all we need to do is add up the total. So we got 7 plus 14, 21, plus 10, 31, plus 7, 38, 38 plus 9 is 47. So she did 47 sit-ups in total. Is this video making sense? Make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video from me. Now, let's take a look at a pictogram. Oh, sorry, that's a picogram. Let's look at a pictogram. Pictogram. Nikki does a survey on which pets people prefer, right? First and foremost, fill in the blanks. Now, we know that for a pictogram, this is the key. It represents one picture, represents a certain amount of data, okay? This is usually used in marketing to really personalize the data, right? So for this one, we need to fill in the blanks, both in terms of the pictogram and the data that it represents. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, okay? And we know that 6 of these, one of these represents 2 people, so therefore 6 of those represents 12 people, yeah? And likewise for birds. For birds, we have 7.5 people, which represents, what's 2 times 7.5? 2 times 7.5 is 15 people. Okay? Now let's take a look at the pictogram. Sorry. I'm thinking about the last slide. Anyways, we know that there are 11 dogs. How many pictures is that, right? Well, if one picture represents 2 people, then one person represents half a picture, and so therefore this is 5.5 pictures, right? So what we can do is draw 5.5 of these pictures, and so therefore that is what the pictogram should look like. Alright? And now for other, right, that represents 3 of the pictograms. And so what we can draw on our pictogram is 3 pictures to represent that. And that is what the pictogram should look like. Now, how many people did Nikki ask in total? All we need to do is just add them up, right? So, 12 plus 11 plus 15 plus 6. How many people is that in total? That is a total of 44 people. Okay? So she's asked 44 people and she's put it in her pictogram. In another survey, 42 people were answered. So how many of those symbols from before would be drawn? Well, if we know that 1 is equal to 2 people, right? How many represents 42 people? All we're going to do is we're going to divide 42 by 2, which represents 21 of those pictures. And those are the final solutions. Are you confused by anything that I've said in this video? Join my Discord server and ask any questions you want for fast responses guaranteed. Now let's begin a little bit on pie charts. Pie charts are a little bit complicated, especially for large data sets, but let's see what we can do so far. Tom asks 2 surveys to find out the different drink preferences of adults and children. Here's what he found. How many adults chose water? Well, first things first is what fraction of adults chose children? Well, we know that 2 out of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 over 8 chose water. Okay? So how many adults is that? All we're going to do is 2 over 8 times 56, which is equal to 14 people. Okay? Finally, how many adults chose orange? What fraction of them? Well, we know that orange represents this colour here, and we can see that there's only 1 out of the 8th of them. Okay? So the answer is an 8th. Now let's look at the children. How many children chose coffee as their favourite drink with breakfast? Well, over here we can see that the coffee represents the grey pie. So that's just 1. But how many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's a 10th chose coffee. Okay? So therefore, a tenth times 100 is equal to 10 children. Okay? 10 children drink coffee with their breakfast. Which group has more tea drinkers, the adults or the children? Well, let's take a look. For this one, we're told that 3/8 of adults drink tea, okay, with their breakfast. That is the same as, if we times 3/8 by 56, we get a total of 21 adults, okay? Let's look at the children. Here, there's only 2, okay? 1 and 2. So what we do is 2 over 10 times 100, and we're left with 20 children which have tea for breakfast. So therefore, adults on average drink tea for breakfast more than children. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video made sense. If you guys want to pass your exams with flying colours, then join me and get tutored. Drop me an email and we can organise a meeting and a quote. Keep on learning, as you have no idea what you're capable of doing. Pictogram. Pictogram. Pictogram.